What's up guys, Alan here, Gibson Garage Speed Shop, and today we're going to be putting the finishing touches on the suspension of the Magnum. If you watched the last video, I put it back up to stock height with some stock springs and some stock coilovers in the front, or struts in the front. And the toe for the rear, I mean, it's going to need an alignment all the way around, but I can really tell that the alignment in the rear is really bad. If I'm driving down the road and like the right tire hits a pothole and loses a little bit of traction, then the left tire grabs more and brings it over to the right, and then same for the other one. So basically the rear tires are towed in too much, and I had offset bushings put in those tow bars that are in the back. I'll show you here in a minute. There's offset bushings from SPC I put in there for when it was lowered to make them straight again. But now that it's up in the air, I've got to take those bushings out or readjust those bushings. But I'm actually going a step further. I'm not dealing with the bushings at all anymore. I'm just gonna give myself complete adjustability, and we're gonna be putting in some adjustable tow arms in the back, and then like I think it's called a radial arm in front. I'll grab the diagram here in a minute and show you. And I've already got that top control arm, like the bent one, is already adjustable. I got that from Max Peating Rods a while ago when I lowered it. I put that arm in there a while ago when I did the offset bushings, and I did the front control arms. Also, those front A-arms are SPC adjustable A-arms as well. I went to SPC again and got me a set of tow arms and radial arms that are fully adjustable, and we're going to slap those in, and now the alignment shop will have no problem dialing in the suspension, dialing in the alignment at all. Okay, so here's what they're called. I'm replacing the toe link, which I have an offset bushing here at this end of it to help with that toe, right, from when it was lowered. And then I'm also replacing this compression link. It's got like a wishbone end over here. And I have this because I put energy suspension in there all over the place where I could at one point, except for the offset bushings that required for alignment. And I've already got this camber link replaced with an adjustable one from Max Peating Rods a while back, because they gave them to me for free to show them off. So, you know, I'm not going to turn that down. I'm not going to rebuy another brand either just to match. So these are like silvery, and the new ones I got are going to be red. I'll show them to you in a minute later when they show up. I don't actually have them now, but they're supposed to be in the mail later. Okay, here's the arms we're going to be replacing. This is the toe arm, and it's got an offset bushing in it already, from adjusted all the way out from when it was lowered. But that's too much now because I got my toe going inward, and it's making the rear end walk around anytime the other tire loses a little bit of traction. And the other arm we're replacing is this compression link, or SPC, or no, Godspeed is actually what I'm getting, not SPC. Godspeed is calling us a trailing arm, which, you know, I guess you could call it a trailing arm, but I prefer to use Dodge's terminology. I cannot find, and then that's the camber arm there. It's already adjustable from Max Peating Rods from when I lowered it. The other arm that you can see just past that, that's called the tension arm, and it's a lot shorter than the camber arm is, but I can't find any that are adjustable. No one's selling adjustable arms for that I can find anyway, that I can tell. I'm not sure if it's necessary for it to be adjustable, but it'd probably make things a lot easier if it was. But if you guys know where to find that arm adjustable, you know, the forward upper arm, not the camber arm, let me know in the comments below. So we're going to start by just loosening these two bolts. Boom, that one. We'll remove that. And same on the other side. And since we're not driving it around, it shouldn't be a big deal to go ahead and remove this arm too, right there and right there. As you can see, the energy suspension bushings all over this thing. This thing, you did drive like a skateboard when it was lowered on the Godspeed coilovers. Now that it's up in the air with factory struts and factory coils, it doesn't drive like a skateboard anymore, but you can still feel like the vibrations coming through from bumps. The first thing I got to do is get the sensor wire off of the bar, this little clip here. And this one just pops over. They're going to be 18s all the way around. Okay. Easy enough. Okay, that nut is off, but the bolt's still hanging in because it's still got some tension on it. And as you can tell, these rear ones are cambered bolts, so you still have some adjustability. And what's terrible about these bolts right here is you have to drop the subframe, or at least I did. I don't anymore because I flipped them around. But you have to drop the subframe to get them out because it did come in this way. But I flipped them around so the nut's on this side. Alright, now with both of them loosened up, hopefully I can get it out of here. Well, that's completely loose, so that'll come out. This front bolt doesn't want to slide out of there. Okay. That's out. And dang it. Rim's gonna have to come off. Voila! First arm off. Well, looks like the UPS truck just showed up. Here's my Bima parts. Got the tire back on and on its own weight. The reason I don't just leave it in the air, because the travel will extend further than the shock does, and I don't want all that load on the shock. The problem with this bolt is that it's the bolt head is going to run into this subframe bushing. It might just clear it. I don't know. We might have to drop that subframe bolt in that metal plate. Okay, that's got lots of load on it still. I'll go ahead and finish threading this one out then. Yeah, that made the whole suspension move. Yeah, that was under some load. Yep, ran right into that washer, so we're gonna have to remove this bolt and remove that big old washer. There we go. Okay. Okay, we've got the old control arms out. The new Godspeed control arms are here. Pulled them out of the box. Looks like they come with new bolts for the camber bolts for the toe. There would have been cambered bolts here for a little bit of adjustability. But those are going to get fixed into place now with these square washers. And then all the adjustment will be done by turning this. And then for the toe arms, the cambered bolts go to the toe arms, and all the adjustability will be done here. And for the tension arm, like I said, you'll just turn this. For now, I'm gonna make these the same, maybe a hair longer, possibly, right, to push it out. And then I'll make these a hair shorter to pull the back of the tire in a little bit on each one. It's gonna be some trial and error, but I got an appointment tomorrow to take it in, so I don't have to drive anywhere with them. If they're too far off, I'll let the pros dial it in. Okay, so I've got these adjusted out to where I think they need to be. I just lined them up here like this, and then took some measurements, about a 1/2 inch on each side, and then this one's about 3/8 of an inch on each side. So now I can move them all around, adjust them in and out to make installation easier, and just adjust them out to the same, 1/2 inch and 3/8 of an inch after I get them installed if I need to. I know I keep getting my terminology mixed up on these guys. I'm sorry for that. Let's do some spreading a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so these square washers are going to lock in here. Alright, so it's just kind of a finicky fit. But the bushing sleeve in here almost wants to fall inside the subframe. So it's a little difficult to get it lined up and get the bolt through perfectly. I just got to get this other end, this side of the bolt, lined up so this washer falls in between the locks here. We're good. I'll just tighten this up now. So this is a spherical bearing, so I can go ahead and tighten this down all the way. Okay. I just got to adjust this back into place, or I think it should be, just enough to get me to the alignment shop. And there it is. Oh, a little more. A little more. Alright, it's locked down, but then I realized this thing's not going to work anymore on these new arms, so goodbye. And we'll just get a zip tie and put it around there. Alright, so I've got this other arm in down here, and I've got it screwed all the way in just to try to get it in there, and I think that's still not going to be enough. So I got to figure out how I'm going to move this to get this in there. And then of course I'll have to adjust it back out to it so there's 3/8 of a gap on both sides. Now see, it's hitting here. It's not letting me put this all the way up in there. And just a hair more, because that was almost perfect. Boom. So I had to jack it up here to let the suspension droop, which essentially makes this longer. And then it gave me room, you know, to bring this arm forward and slide into place. But then it was bumping on, this part was bumping on that part, so here we are. Adjusted just enough to get the bolt in there. And Justice, will you hand me that long bolt that I was wrong the first time?
Yeah.
Thank you. Just like that, it's in. And is there another nut over there? Grab a shiny one.
Yeah, shiny one.
Shiny one. I might have to put this in the other way. I forgot. The bushing. It's going to be in the way of the bushing. The subframe bushing. So we'll do it that way. And the subframe bushing can go in. And subframe bolt and washer can go in. And just kind of press that bushing back in. Whew. It's like 110 degrees out here. Oh, is it? What is it now?
I think it's 108 now.
108. Oh, good. Oh,
it
good.
actually never reached 110. I only got to 109.
Oh, my mistake. And there it is in. I just got to tighten. And this one back here, I have to wait till it's on a suspension to tighten this one and that one there. Getting her dialed in here at the shop. These guys are awesome. They're hooking it up for me. They had to pull off a control arm and spin in one arm. Usually they don't do that. It costs extra, but these guys are awesome here, helping it out. They don't want me to have to come back a second time, but we're just about there. It's almost perfect. A big laser machine over there. So we'll show you the paperwork when it's all done. Oh, we're rolling. How'd they do that without the car running? I know he's pushing that by hand. That was cool. Close. Whew. 7 o'clock in the evening. It's 110 degrees. It's been a hot couple of days, but we got the control arms in. We've got it and the suspension in, and it's lifted up to stock height. Got it aligned, so it's driving really good. I put a lot of work into this, other than the suspension too. We've got a new cooling system in there, so it's staying nice and cold in this 110 degree weather. So this thing is back up and running, ready to be the daily again. Just got to work on a couple interior things. I got to get the dash glued back together around the vent so the vent will stay in place. Got to glue the headliner starting to come off in front of the driver's side there at the top of the window. Seats need to be fixed. The rack and pinions got to be replaced, but it's coming along. The paint job is I don't know what to do about the paint job. It's terrible looking. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think. By the way, those control arms were Godspeed, and you can get the whole 6-piece set from coiloverkits.com. You can get them anywhere. There's coiloverdepot.com, there's eBay, Amazon, but Coilover Kits actually had really fast shipping, like super fast, just as fast as anywhere, as Amazon, as anyone. It's like that day, as soon as I ordered it, I got the notification that label was created and it was shipped that day. It was here 2 days later. It took 2 days, 2 days shipping. Not bad. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've done any other control arms, what brands those are and stuff like that. But until next time, peace.